Hey everyone, we're here to talk about the AFE cold air intake for the Dodge Durango 5.7 liter Hemi. It's installed on this 2021 Dodge Durango RT. And I want to talk about some revisions that they've made because there have been some issues with this cold air intake that people have pointed out on the forums and YouTube, and they've been corrected. So the reason I selected the AFE intake was the Durango RTs now come with this SRT hood, which has that open vent. And obviously lets water, rain, snow, and other things in. So having an open filter over here is not a great idea, obviously. Some of the other companies sell covers for that, or they'll have a box here and maybe a cover there, or a sock that fits over the filter. But I really prefer the design of this enclosed box. It keeps the factory intakes right there. There's an additional opening underneath that you can't see here that's behind the headlight that lets more air in. But really the issue was with the original version of this, and it probably scared a bunch of people away. And I bought it knowing it kind of had that issue, but some people had suggested there was a fix. And the issue all stemmed from the original intake tube that they supplied. This tube was not long enough. And what happened was, after you installed it, this would pull out about an inch or so after driving a short distance. It would happen to me with under 100 miles. It would happen every time. I'd jam it in there, I'd tighten everything down real hard, and sure enough, this would slip out after driving for a while as the motor moved around a little bit, and it would pull out. Now, it would still be filtering the air, but it just wasn't totally sealed in the box. So it wasn't particularly dangerous, it just wasn't right. Now, I knew that that was a potential issue, and a lot of people had offered this offset coupler as a remedy for that. So when I bought the filter, I bought this coupler also. And the idea was that this coupler would push this tube over enough to seat properly in the airbox. However, as many have discovered, as well as me, it still didn't work and would still pull out, and it was still a problem. And I do a lot of driving in Vermont on salty roads in the winter with a lot of stuff flying around in the air, and I just didn't want to take any chances. I like things to fit properly. That's kind of why I wanted something like this that was close to stock. But it didn't work right. So I eventually just took it out, threw it on the shelf, and thought I'd worry about it later. I put the stock intake back in for a while. And it came to my attention a couple of months ago from another YouTuber, and I'll try and find his name and put it in the comments, that AFE had actually redesigned this tube. And they did, very recently, I think in December. So when I went on the website and saw this tube, it was in fact different looking than this tube. And when I called them, and they were good enough to send me the new tube. And when I got this tube, I measured. I put them side by side, and I'll post pictures of them side by side. But really what happened is they redesigned it to be about an inch longer from here to here. This tube is an inch longer than this one from here to there. And it now fits perfectly in there. It does not come out. I've put almost 2,000 miles on it. It hasn't budged. It works great. The other issue, which I didn't even realize until I took the old one out, was that they altered the AC line clearance. You can see here, they've got a nice notch here. That is not on the old one. That wasn't rubbing. However, the bottom was. You can see there's a mark from the AC line. So I'll post pictures. That'll be in the pictures where you'll see the difference in the relief cut there. But I do want to let everybody know AFE has fixed this problem. If you buy a new one, this is what you'll get. It fits perfectly. It works perfectly. It's a great design, and that was the only issue with it. And I'm very happy that they fixed it and made good on it. by sending me a new tube. So hats off to them for that. If you're thinking about buying this, I wouldn't hesitate at this point. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.